Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be doing a spinner wheel is going to be choosing how many hours I read a day for a week. I want to jump in the book and punch him in the mouth. Like, I hate men. Maybe it's the lack of romance in my real life. Might be a little too dumb for a book like this. Today is Monday. It's 8:51. I have some things I want to do today, so hopefully we don't get super long hours today. Essentially, I'm gonna have a wheel and I'm gonna spin it on my phone, and then I have it set from 2 to 7 hours, so we can get as many as 7 hours or we can get as little as 2. And we're gonna spin the wheel. I'm gonna do the iPad, the timer, so you guys can see the timer while I'm reading. And I think it'll be a fun week if we don't get 7 hours. 7 hours is fine. Like, I didn't do 10 for a reason, because I know I cannot read for 10 hours. 7, I feel like is better because I can split it up, 3.5, 3.5. Now we have 7. Let's spin this wheel to see how many hours I'm going to be reading today. I am a little bit nervous, but I do have the wheel already. I'm going to screen record so you guys can see on my phone. Let's do this. I'm really scared. Okay, I got 2 hours today, which is perfect because I have things I want to do today. I'm really scared because it literally landed between 7 and 2. I'm happy I didn't get 7. 7 would have been a lot for today. So we're going to get into reading the book that I'm going to be starting this video reading. The Names by Florence Knapp. I have already actually started this book, but I'm not that far. I am 17 pages in, so it's not that far, but from what I can tell, I feel like this might be an emotional read. If you don't know what this book is about, it follows a woman who has just had a baby and she is prompted with giving him a name. Her husband wants her to give the son that she just had his name based on the man that he is. She doesn't really want to because she feels like her son might end up turning out like him. She goes to the name place, and basically we're following all the different names that she could have given this child. So it's like a kind of multiversal a little bit. It's not sci-fi, it's just general fiction, I believe. But I think this book has potential to be a 5-star. I'm really excited to read it. So we're gonna go read for 2 hours. It's 8:55 right now, so I'm gonna get a timer going. Let's get into reading The Names. Somehow made it back into my bed, and honestly I don't feel bad about it because I love my bed. My bed is my bestie and I love reading in her, so I'm going to continuously always reach for my bed when I'm reading. Like, that's just the reality. I read for 2 hours and I feel like the 2 hours went by so quick, but at the same time I feel like they were the longest 2 hours of my life. I got like 103 pages into The Names, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I do want to say before going into this book to check trigger warnings, and it can be very hard to read. There was this one scene that I read and I promise you, like, I literally felt it in my chest and I was like, this is so disturbing. And so I highly recommend you looking for trigger warnings. Overall, I am enjoying the story. With that being said, I am enjoying it. There's this one storyline that we're following. Well, we're following 3 different storylines of 3 different names that this kid could have had, and you're seeing how different he is in all those different timelines. There's so many characters that are impacted by the decision of the name that she gives her son, and I think the book is so well written. There's so many things I've been underlining and tabbing. I just find it to be a very good story. It's very moving, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the story goes. Good morning. It is now Tuesday. So yesterday we read for 2 hours. I'm going to get the spinner and we're going to see how long we have to read for today. Honestly, today I could read for a little bit longer. I don't really have much to do. I'm actually excited to get back into this book because I'm only reading for 2 hours yesterday. I did read a little bit more, and I just want to see where the story is going to go and how things are going to conclude. So I'm excited to get back into it, but let's spin the wheel. Okay, I got 3 hours. This wheel must really like me because I got 2 yesterday, 3 today. I don't know, this is kind of crazy. So we're gonna read for 3 hours, get back into this book, and then I will update you guys while I'm reading it about whatever I'm feeling or my thoughts. This man, I want to jump in the book and punch him in the mouth. Like, that's what he needs, is for me to come into the book and to punch him. He is so freaking awful. The things he says and does mentally and physically to one of the characters in this book, it's hard to read. It really is. It's really extremely hard to read. It's hard to digest. It's hard to even talk about. And reading it and just seeing the way he is just disturbing, and it makes me feel so sad because there's so many women out here who are living similar experiences, and I feel for them. I want to take them and hug them, and I just feel it's just so bad. I hate men. What I just read, the guy in this book is actually disgusting. There's 2 of them that are disgusting. And honestly, when I say like it's actually disgusting to read their language towards women and reading how they treat women, these 2 men in this book are seriously unlikable. You know you're enjoying a book when you're having visceral reactions, and I am, but it's like at what cost? My sanity? I don't know. I don't know if it's good to be this invested into a story, but I know that for me, I am #irritated. I'm going to get back to reading this because, as you can see, I can't stop talking to the camera, but I have to update you about my thoughts, and my thoughts are that. Lot later than the last time I talked to you guys. I think I talked to you like this morning, and then I ended up pausing the time and then took a nap, and then I woke up and then I filmed an intro for a video that you guys have already seen, which is my doing bookish things with me. I wanted to give you guys an update because I did just sit here and finish my 3 hours of reading for today. I'm on page 229. I'm currently like 70% of the way through, so we're almost done. I am enjoying the story a lot. You're getting all these different timelines of what is happening in everybody's point of view in their life. I find it to be really interesting, and I am really enjoying the story and the concept of the story. But yeah, those are my updates. I'll talk to you tomorrow for when we spin the wheel in the morning to see how many hours we got. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. It's Wednesday, and we are going to be doing the wheel once again to see how many hours we're reading. The thing is like today I kind of want to get a longer amount of hours, but I don't want to get 7. Like I would like 5. I feel like 5 is a good sweet spot, because then I could read 2.5 hours this morning, 2.5 hours in the evening, and then I'll be fine. 7 is a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Off topic, I started the show One Day last night. The guy in that show, I don't know his name, the actor's name, but he is so freaking fun. Like, every time I'm watching it, every time he's on my screen, I'm like, is he single? Can I have his number? Like, I need him. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's get this spinner going. Last night, I did read a little bit more of the book. I think I was 70% of the way through when I stopped talking to you guys, and now I'm 75% of the way through. I didn't read that much, but I'm on page 245. So I read a decent amount, but we are almost done. We're almost done with the names, and honestly, I am really enjoying it. Since I have an hour and 50 minutes left, so no matter what, we'll be finishing the book today. But let's get this spinner going. Let me turn my... I don't want 7. Please give me 5. Okay? I want 5. 5 hours. I got 5. That's so crazy. Okay, we are reading for 5 hours today, which I feel like is a good amount of hours because I want to get a lot of reading done today. I do have some things I need to do today. That is true. But we can split up the 5 hours. I'm going to get my iPad. I'm going to sit here in this chair, and I'm probably going to finish the names. And then we'll start a new book. which is so fun and exciting. I'm excited. I like these little challenge reading videos. I feel like I got a lot of reading done. I'm gonna read, we're gonna finish the names, and then we'll start our next book. I don't know what it'll be, but I don't know the words. Alright guys, I have finished The Names by Florence Knapp, and it's time for me to give you guys my thoughts and my review on this book. I sat on it for like 15 minutes because I was thinking like, okay, what am I going to rate this book? Because I kind of have conflicting thoughts on it. I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend, if you're interested in reading this book, I highly recommend you picking it up and giving it a chance and see if you're into it. However, there were some points in this book where it felt really slow for me. Like, I was reading it, and I think it's one of those things where, like, you read a general fiction book that's very character based. If you don't connect to the characters that well, then you just don't really enjoy the story. And I think it was one of those things because you are following 3 different timelines, and there was one specific timeline that I really enjoyed, even though it was super dark and super disturbing. It was the one that when I was reading the book, I was excited to get to see where those characters were at in the 7 years that had passed, and if things had changed, if they were the same. If the other 2 timelines that we get, it's like I would go in and out of enjoying them. Like, sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. I didn't feel all that connected to them. So that's the reason why I feel like it's a little bit conflicting, because if it was just one storyline, I would have loved the book. But since we're getting 3 of them, I didn't feel that way. I didn't love it. It wasn't a 5-star. But overall, I can look at this book and recognize the writing style is right up my alley. I enjoyed the writing a lot, and I connected to that. And I think Florence Knapp is an author that I'll definitely continue to read. However, I'm going to give this book a 4-star because I feel like that's the perfect landing for it. I liked it. I thought it was good. And I connected to the storyline, to one storyline, and I enjoyed the message that we were getting, and like how honestly, like, small changes could literally alter your life and make it so different. And so I really enjoyed that conversation in this book. But I did really like it, and I would recommend it. Like, 4 stars is a good rating, and if you are looking for a book with this type of premise, I highly recommend you reading The Names. It's interesting. It's a bit disturbing. I would definitely check trigger warnings when going into this book. I've said that multiple times, but I really mean it. Like, some of the stuff in here is so disturbing and just dark that if you don't check trigger warnings, you will be disturbed. And so I highly recommend you check all the trigger warnings for this book before you go into it. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend you read it. Now we still have 3 hours and like 17 minutes left on the timer, so we've got to figure out something else to read. And I don't know what that could be. I'm thinking I want to switch genres, but I don't know if I want to go into a sci-fi, because I have a sci-fi over there that I want to read, or I want to go into a romance. So we're in between those 2. I don't know. The book I think I'm going to read next is No Matter What by Cara Bastone. This is her new release this year, and honestly, I have read her other 2 books. I've loved them. So I'm excited to go into this one. The only thing I'm nervous about is I am not good with second chance romances. And this book is about a marriage that is failing. I am a little nervous, but it looks like it takes place in New York. I think all of her books take place in New York. Actually, I think they all take place in New York. Great. I love New York. It's my favorite city in the world. So this is the book we're starting. I'm a little bit nervous. Updates. I have an hour. It's 11 o'clock and I'm so tired, and I have an hour left on this timer. You're probably wondering, like, you couldn't read for 5 hours, and I could have read for 5 hours, but things happened today at my house that prevented me from reading, and it was my dog. He is really sick right now. It wasn't a pretty sight, and I had to clean it up. It's just like, I'm gagging thinking about it right now. Like, it was so disgusting, guys. Like, I'm not even joking. be happy that you did not see that or smell that. I did read for an hour earlier today using this timer for TikTok, so I did subtract that hour from today's reading, but I still have an hour left and it's 11 and I'm so tired, so I think I'm going to stop reading for the night and I'm going to add this time to tomorrow's time. I'm so laid up in bed right now. This is crazy. I actually got 111 pages into this and honestly I'm enjoying it so far. I don't feel super connected to the story yet, but that's because I think it's because I'm only 100 pages in and we're just getting day-to-day slice of life. We are getting the storyline of the marriage that is failing. I thought I wouldn't like that storyline, but honestly it's not bothering me. Like, I don't feel like I hate this. It's just something that I know is happening and you can kind of see how they still have feelings for each other, but it's miscommunication. Miscommunication is one of my least favorite tropes of all time, and I honestly forgot how prevalent it is in a lot of romance books because I feel like I haven't read it a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of authors have been straying away from that trope because they know a lot of people hate it. But I feel like in a book like this, it makes sense to have miscommunication because they are already married and we have to figure out what happened and why they are even separated or thinking about getting separated. I feel like if they were communicating properly, then we would have avoided all of this, but that's the whole point of the book, is for this plot line to happen, so there has to be miscommunication. Honestly, in this book, I'm not minding it too much, but we will be adding this time tomorrow. Hopefully we don't get too many hours tomorrow because we get 7 hours tomorrow and then I have to read for 8. That will be crazy. I'm going to tap out of here for tonight and I will see you guys in the morning to spin the wheel. Good morning. It's morning and I feel like the last thing I did before I went to sleep was talk to you guys, and the first thing I'm doing when I wake up is talk to you guys. So that's how you know we're locked in. Like I said, we have an hour carrying over from yesterday and we also still have to spin the wheel for today. And today I want to edit some videos, which it shouldn't take me that long to edit them, but I want to start editing some videos. I also want to see Project Hail Mary. I read that book last fall and I really want to see the movie. So it's like opening night for the movie and I really want to see it. So I think I'm gonna go later today to see that. So I'm like kind of hoping for like not too many hours, but at the same time I want to like read a lot so I can get another book read in this video. Let's just spin the wheel and stop talking about what we're gonna get and let's just see what we're gonna get. See how many hours I'm reading today. So we're reading for 6 hours, but I actually have to read for 7 since I have an extra hour on the timer. But honestly, we might get some reading done in 6 hours. I think I'm like 100 and something pages through this book, so we might honestly finish this book today and possibly start a new one. I don't know. Okay, let's start this. Let's get reading. It's like I like them and I want them to work out, but the guy in this book is not really good at communicating, so that's the reason why there is this miscommunication trope. Even though she understands what he is taught, like she understands him on a different level, but at the same time she's not picking up what he's putting down. But I am liking the book so far. It's just like sometimes I'll read a chapter and I just feel so frustrated because I'm like, bro, I know what he wants to say, but he's not saying it clearly. Like second chance. Like I've never, did I already tell you guys this? I don't know, but I don't like second chance. I have literally never liked second chance. I mean, there's been a couple second chances that have snuck in there that I enjoyed, but like there's not many. I don't really like second chance, but reading about a marriage that needs to be fixed feels different than just a second chance romance. Because I mean, I know the reason why things aren't working out, but sometimes with second chance I'm like, girl, just that shouldn't have ever worked out. Like you should have just found someone new, because why the F would he ever do that? But like this one, I don't feel like that. Like I feel like, okay, like there is just miscommunication here. Like if we just talk, things will be different. when in a romance, this is so weird, but every time I read it, like, it is one of my favorite things. When the girl is talking to the guy and he'll say like, yeah, with a like question mark at the end, it does it for me every time. I don't know why. It's like I can imagine, like, maybe it's the lack of romance in my real life. Officially finished No Matter What by Cara Bastone, and honestly this book took me so much longer to read than I like was initially anticipating, because it took me 5 hours to finish 130 pages, which is so crazy to think about in retrospect, as I'm trying to figure out like why did it take me that long to read that. I think I'm just a slow reader, guys. Like, I'm a really slow reader, and in order for me to get a lot of reading done, I have to actually allot time out. So that's why it's good I'm doing this video and I'm reading for a certain amount of time, because then I can actually, like, it doesn't make sense though, because I'd be reading like 50 pages in an hour. So I should have finished this book in 2.5 hours, but it took me 5 hours to finish. Girl, I don't know. Anyway, I finished No Matter What by Cara Bastone, and at first I was going to sit on my rating because it hasn't even been that long, but I think I know what my rating on this book is. I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a romance that has some substance behind it, I would highly recommend reading this. Not trying to throw shade at other romance books and saying they don't have substance, but I'm saying like they have like emotional depth. Like, our characters don't feel like they're two-dimensional. They feel like fully fleshed out characters with problems that they're trying to solve. That is this book. That is the type of romance book I'm trying to describe. It is this one, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 stars. I honestly thought it was going to be a 5, but there were some points in the book that were a little bit slow for me. I think that's the reason why I wasn't necessarily a 5-star, but honestly, there might be a point in time where I come back to this and I'm like, this is a 5-star. Like, I don't know why I didn't rate it at 5 stars. Maybe if I'm thinking about these characters always and I'm always wondering how life is going for them, then maybe it could be a 5-star. But as of right now, I think I'm gonna settle on a 4.5. I really enjoyed it. These characters and this story really took me by surprise, because I'm not a second chance person. I think I've said this like 5,000 times. I do not like second chance, but I would never not trust my queen, Cara Bastone. Like, she is definitely up there for one of my favorite authors. She continuously delivers every single year with the romance books, and I'm going to continuously keep reading her books. I have not rated a book by hers lower than 4 stars. In the past 3 years, I've been reading her books, so I truly think I can trust her as an author. I love this book. If you're looking for a nice romance for the spring, summer months, then I would say go with this one. 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read more books by her. I wish we could fast forward to next year so I can get another release by her, because I need it badly. I need her to write me another book just for me. But regardless of all of that, I did really enjoy it, and I think you guys should read it if you're looking for a romance. And now we have to pick our next read, which we still have an hour and 46 minutes on the timer. I don't know what else to pick. Like, we did a literary fiction, we did a romance. We could jump genres and do a sci-fi, or we could do another romance, or we could do another lit fic. I don't know what we could do for this last book, because this is going to be the last book in the video. I'm between 2 books that I want to read right now, but I don't know. I'm back and I have 2 books here that I'm thinking about reading, and I wish you guys were here to give me your input, because I really am feeling like I don't know. The first book is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jaqueline Harpman. I've heard phenomenal things about this book and I really want to read it, and it's very short, so I could finish this if we get like 3 hours tomorrow and I have an hour and 40 minutes left today. I feel like I could finish this book because this book is under 100 pages. I mean, under 200 pages long. However, if we get a long amount of pages, if we get a long amount of hours tomorrow, I'll have to pick another book to read, and then I won't be able to finish it for this video, which is fine, I guess, but also like that sucks, because I would hate to watch a video and a girl didn't finish the book. On the other hand, we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and this book is longer, so it would take me some time to read and I can get started today. However, with that being said, I still plan on finishing the video tomorrow. So if I don't finish this book tomorrow because I don't have enough hours for tomorrow, then I still won't have a book finished for this video. So I'm like, maybe this one isn't a good choice either. But if you want to know what either of these books are about, Dark Matter follows a guy who wakes up in a different timeline with like people he doesn't know, and he's trying to get back to his family. Is essentially what I think this book's about. And then I Who Have Never Known Men follows 39 women who are underground in bunkers, and they have no memory of the outside world or what life looked like before they got there. So it's just super interesting, and I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm intimidated about both of these books because I feel like this one's gonna be like super insightful and like one of those books that like it's like a classic that's a little bit intimidating to read. And then this one, I feel like I'm just intimidated because it's a sci-fi, and I've only read one other sci-fi, and that was Project Hail Mary, and I enjoyed it kind of, even though I'm going to see the movie tonight, because I feel like I'm gonna like the movie a lot more than the book. I still like the book. I just wasn't like, it wasn't a 5-star for me. But like I feel like this one could be something that's right up my alley, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'm gonna go with I Who Have Never Known Men, and we're gonna start it right now. It's now 5:50, so we're really cutting it close on this timer. So I'm gonna start reading now and keep my mouth shut. I think I'm gonna need a pen. It's 11:43, but I'm back from the movies. I've honestly been back for quite a minute. I'm gonna give you my review on the movie because duh, why wouldn't I? I read Project Hail Mary, I think last October or November, I don't remember, but it was in the fall time, I think. But when I read the book, I enjoyed it and I thought it was really good, but I wasn't obsessed with it. Like it wasn't like a 5-star read. There were a lot of slow moments in the book for me that I just didn't really enjoy. So I read it, and then I went and saw the movie today, and I really liked the movie. I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was really good, and I thought it was super funny. Like I think in the book, the author was really able to show us our main character's humor, and then seeing that on screen was just it was just done very well. His humor is done very well. I don't know if a lot of people who read the book and then saw the movie will enjoyed it or not. I really don't know. I know there's not much that I could really tell is different besides the beginning part of the movie. Like I feel like that's the most stark different part to me, at least. And there's some other different parts like thrown in there, but it's not like there's plot differences. It's just little things, but I feel like a lot of people don't love when books do that, or if there's moments left out. But at the same time, like it's a 2.5-hour movie that's like a 400-page book. I don't actually know how many pages that book is, but it's probably around 400 pages. Like not everything can be in it. I'm typically able to separate adaptation from book because they are two separate entities. Like the book is the book and it stands on its own, and the movie is the movie and it stands on its own. You don't have to watch the movie to read the book, and you don't have to read the book to watch the movie. Those are all up to you and subjective. But yeah, I feel like if someone were to go see that movie who never read the book, they would absolutely love it. And I feel like someone who read the book, me, who went and saw the movie, would also really enjoy it. So I did enjoy it, and I typically rate my movies on the scale from 10. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it. It's officially almost midnight, and I am #sleepy, and we still had like, earlier today I was reading and we still have 47 minutes left on the timer. So I think I might be leaving this for tomorrow's problem because I'm sleepy and I don't really feel like reading right now. Good morning from my bed. It's the next day, and it's time for us to spin that wheel for the last time, because I think we're going to be ending this video today, which is so sad, but at the same time we can do more of these videos. So I'm gonna get the wheel spinning. Updates: I did read some on my phone last night because I ended up getting the Kindle version of the book, and it was like before bed, and I just like to read before I go to sleep, and I didn't feel like holding this, so all my battery's about to die. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, let's spin the wheel. Oh wait, I'm already screen recording. Okay, let's go. I don't want that many hours today, to be honest, so. Okay, four. I think that's the perfect amount to finish this book. So we have 4 hours plus the 47 minutes from yesterday, so 4 hours and 47 minutes. I feel like that's the perfect amount because we have to finish this book in this video, and then I think that, I mean, it might take me that whole time to finish this book. I don't know. I'm on page 38 of this book, so we're going to start reading. Pages of the way through this book, and honestly it's not that long, so I'm gonna give an update right now because I don't know if I'm gonna give another update. I might just finish it. I told you guys what this book is following. You're following 39 women and one young girl, and they are in this bunker underground, and they have no idea how they got there, what would have caused them to even be put there. They're being fed on this rotation schedule. They have no clue what time it is, how long they've been down there. They have no indication of time at all. And there are guards there, but they don't speak to them, obviously, like they're guarding them in this bunker. I find it to be really interesting, and I want to keep reading it. I don't feel like I don't want to read it. I want to know how this book is going to end and how things are going to be resolved. But I am feeling like I might be a little too dumb for a book like this. You're reading the book and you know it has a deeper meaning, but you cannot actually grasp what this deeper meaning is. I feel like we're dealing with lots of different things. We're really focusing on the relationship of these women, but we also are focusing on how they have created their own society within this bunker. And I find that to be super interesting. Like, we're seeing how they have been stolen from society, put in this bunker, but they still have created a routine and rules and a society amongst themselves. 40 women amongst themselves. They have created something that has worked for them, and they are getting really comfortable with being down here. But with that being said, at the same time, we are also getting this, it's like an ominous feeling of like, why are they in this bunker? Why have they been in there for so long? And when are they gonna get out? Those are genuine questions that I've been having as a reader. Anyway, I paused the timer. I'm gonna get back to reading this. Like I said, I'm almost on page 60, so we have like 100 pages left. It's been a while later, and there's still an hour left on the timer, but I don't think I'm going to read for that hour because I did finish I Who Have Never Known Men. And with that being said, I don't want to start another book and read for an hour just to end this video off and then you guys never see me read it or my thoughts on it. So I think it'll be best if we just ignore that hour and then just get right into this wrap up for this video. But I do want to talk about my thoughts for I Who Have Never Known Men, and I don't even know what my thoughts are for this book, honestly. It's like I really enjoyed it and I thought the book was very beautiful, but at the same time I also am very confused because none of the questions that you have for this book get answered. Like, you're reading it and then you start to, like, you're questioning things like, what's going on, why are these things happening? But you don't really ever get those answers. You just kind of have to infer what you believe you think is happening. This book is, I believe, a sci-fi / dystopian. You're in this like other society, but it kind of seems like it mirrors ours. Like the characters in this book seem as though they have lived in a society like similar to ours, and then now they're like not in society at all because they're in a bunker underground and they don't know how they got there or why they are there. But it's a story that I feel like you either will hate it or you will love it. Some people really love this book and it's definitely a book that they will always cherish, but then other people really hate this book. Like, it's not like a little bit, it's like they really hate it. I don't really know what to think about this book. I think that I liked it, but it's hard for me to rate it because I don't think this book can just be rated on a regular, like using a regular rating system. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's either you like it or you don't. And I liked it, and and I would recommend it if you find it to be interesting at all. It is time to wrap up this video, and we're going to talk about the other 2 books that I read this week. The first one being The Names by Florence Knapp. I do want to say that if you do decide to go through this book, I would highly recommend looking up the trigger warnings for this, but at the same time, I really did enjoy the book, and I found Florence Knapp's writing style to be something that I really connected with. It's a story like I've never read before, and like I said previously in this video, there was one timeline that I really connected with and I like to read the most, and the other 2 timelines were a little bit slower for me, which is why I decided to rate this book a 4-star. But at the same time, I thought the story as a whole is a beautiful story, and I would highly recommend you read it if you're interested. And then for the next book that I read, No Matter What by Cara Bastone, I read this and I really enjoyed it. I'm not surprised because it's Cara Bastone and I love her writing and I love her romance books, and I can't wait until she has a million romance books that I can just choose which ones I want to reread, because at that point I probably would have read all of them. But I really enjoyed this one, and I ended up rating this book a 4.5 stars. Honestly, it could be a 5 if I think about it too much, but I still haven't gotten up to a 5, but I think that it could be a 5. But these are the books that we read in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I had a lot of fun filming it. I really like doing these like concept videos with like the wheel and stuff like that. So if you have any more recommendations for reading vlogs, please let me know, because I think that'd be really fun to do some more, like have like an actual like theme going on. I think that'd be really fun. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.